Shalom, everyone. Let's try this again. Third time's a charm, right? I have to laugh at this kind of stuff because it's getting out of the earth realm. I ain't putting up with it no more. I ain't putting up with childish people who want to act like little kids. And I'm getting on here and correcting on purpose because of something that just happened to me. Look, people, grown-ass adults need to grow up. We ain't having this bullshit in the earth realm anymore. Grown-ass adults acting like little children. That's coming from other dimensional things, and you're being controlled. And if you like to be controlled, which says a lot about yourself, it's really revealing that you have no self-control at all. That you're being controlled by people and an organization and other dimensions, and you've lost your mind, and you just don't know how to behave like a person who has integrity or class or anything like that, in every positive way that those words can mean. I'm not playing those stupid word games. At the same time, to some degree I have to, because the world's just gone crazy. I was sitting at my it's been months ago, when I was still singing and stuff on this channel, and the words of a song was coming out of my spirit about how the world had gone crazy, and I thought, and I didn't, it was weird because I just began to sing it, and because I'm a songwriter as well, and but then I stopped myself. I'm just like, I don't want to sing that, because I understand how word mixed with the emotion and being portrayed can create from that space. Because we are matter. We are matter. We are made out of matter. But everything else, I was talking on that other video that I ended up getting rid of, touching on how every single thing about you and I is spirit, except for the matter that we are in. Our thoughts are on the inside of this matter. And this, look how much weight I've just gained, so much weight. You can lose it, you can gain it, but everything is spirit. It's attached to this matter. Your thoughts, your emotions, which we would liken that to watery substance on the inside. Oh, you're just really emotional. That's considered watery. Your thoughts and your intellect, we consider that as air. Fire, some spirit that comes from another. I mean, all of that, those three things come from within, from a space of spirit. And then we act upon it in this matter, and we give way to it, and we create. And I was going somewhere with that, and just left me, so whatever. I'm trying to remember what I need to touch on, because I did a long video. It's about 26 minutes long, and so sometimes when I come back and try to do another video, I was like, did I just say that or not? So anyway, but after I did that video, the Spirit was giving me something, revealing something to me, and then I just was like, I got quit. And then after I got off that, my phone rang. My phone never rings. And some idiot on the other end was, and I don't care if you're watching or not, when you call my phone and act some stupid organizational way because you're being controlled by that realm, then you're an idiot. You just have no sense about you to be anything upright in the earth realm. You're being controlled from that dimensional, intellectual, spiritual, emotional. All three of those elements are working within you, and then you bring it out here into this matter, and that's why the earth realm is the way that it is, because of people being in a twisted place in their psyche. Again, their psyche. Keys that open the door of the mind, the emotion, the will. That's what the psyche is again. The soul, the mind, the will, and the emotion that pushes you and I to do hate, to be hateful, or to be kind and gentle, and to bring information so that it benefits the all. Not just my for no more. No. And it's not, E is for everyone. That's so stupid. I'm not an E. I'm not a patty cake. Throw them in the oven. I'm none of that stuff. And I'm going to keep addressing that until you wake up and go, God, that's so stupid. Why do I behave this way? Because you're giving away to some kind of impressional spiritual realm that your forefathers and you yourself have agreed to attach that thought and then act upon it. It's an agreement with your mind. You have a negative thought, and then you allow the matter that you were made out of, because you've never trained it, you never got hold of yourself, you never grew up, you never matured, to go, yeah, why would I do that to somebody? I wouldn't want somebody to do that to me. It's called, you're being controlled by another dimension. Anyway, and I'm here to help correct that, because I don't want to see you be that way. You don't have to. It's time. It's a time of change, positive change. No more murdering, no more drinking blood, because it has been written in that living language that they drank so much blood it made them crazy in their mind, and people do it symbolically and physically, and you're crazy. You're crazy if you do that. The Creator just said, because everything is spirit, that people are attacking in a spiritual way, like the symbolic way. When you drink blood, you do whatever. They're attacking as an animal would, in a very spiritual way that is connected to being bloodthirsty. And that's why it has, for some people, literally played out in this realm. Their forefathers did it for so long now they've given way to that other dimension, and then gotten their thoughts and were impressed by it, and then began to move through this realm and manifest it and create wickedness in the earth realm. And now those of us who understand that and getting a revelation of that, we're turning the thing around and saying, because if you don't stop, you're actually going to be in the frying pan, because we don't want that no more. It's just not going to happen anymore in this earth realm. We want peace and equality. That's not bending. That's growing up. You want to stay in the dark, not have a light bulb on, then you just go ahead and you be dark. And we'll just stick you in that dimension that I seen in that, the Creator had showed me that abyss and kept showing me that dungeon door drawer, and you will be the one in the dungeon drawer with that key and never come out of that, because your psyche's all messed up. Grow up. Wake up. Understand that we really are moving into a dimension of knowing things. It's not about believing a lie or being told something and not being able to prove it, or it's literally understanding and knowing from this space now. It's critical that you grow up. It's critical. It's critical. I spoke about how the elements, we have 4 elements: earth, fire, water, and air. And how in the natural you can take those elements and engage them and see how they're going to respond. And because you and I are spirit, and because you and I have things that have been literally written down about us, and once we have knowledge of something, you don't have to accept negative things. Though they were written down about you and I, and your sign or the zodiac, all that stuff. We don't go searching for that stuff. Although that stuff is in play every day, because people are giving life to it in this realm, from their thought, from their mind, from their emotion. They're speaking it, and because they know what you are and you're not. Because you ask anybody, when were you born, and they go, oh, well, you're this sign, and everybody knows their sign. Signs everywhere. And you and I, we should show up as the biggest sign of all and say, I'm everything positive about that sign, and I reject everything negative. I'm not saying that it don't exist, but I don't operate. I've grown up to a place where I take from that and teach from it so that people don't behave negatively from that space. But I said all that to say that because all of it is still working together and we're just trying to form the matter in a different way, in a positive way. In the earth realm, we got people who are those signs and give it into those signs, and because maybe maybe you're dealing with somebody, maybe you're, like I said on that other video, you got water and you got fire, and water can literally kill somebody, like literally just put out the fire. There's no passion there, there's nothing, just like, damn, you just killed it for me. Or the fire can just be overpowering on the water, depending on how much water and how much fire is what kind of outcome you're going to get with something. And the fire can make it steamy and it can be nice and passionate, or it can just be all the time. And it's like, if we don't regulate the spirit before we bring it out here in this matter and do something with it, look at the world today because of that. Look at it. How can you change it? This is what I'm doing. This is my job. This is my work right here. I'm sent here to do this very thing for such a time. I was hidden in the earth realm for a reason. Didn't even know who I really was. My parents ended up not even being my parents. They were against things because they were being led wickedly by organization. Bloodthirsty things, wicked things. That has also been written down that we would hit a point in history where that stuff would stop. It would completely stop. And this is where we're at. It's beautiful. Actually, it's beautiful. It's not beautiful for those who are giving way to it because they're so controlled by it. They just, I don't even know what to do. I don't know how to be nice. I don't know how to, and they don't. That's what we got to teach them. It's like breaking a habit, and that's not always easy. They say you have to do something for 21 days to break a habit. Well, you better get started, because if you don't do it, it's going to be, you're going to be the one now. We're coming after you. We don't want wickedness in the earth realm no more. We don't want it anymore. You don't get to say anything about my life. You don't get to organize anything, and I don't get to do that to you either, and I don't want to. This is supposed to be a free country. It's been nothing but a damn lie. And the only reason why it continues to stay a lie is an illusional and deceptive and all that kind of stuff is because people give in way to that other dimension within their psyche. So the way you and I respond and react towards one another is vital because our elements that we find within ourselves. Look, I've gained so much weight because of what? Elements around me, situations that are happening around me. It's stupid. Like, it's really stupid. It's trying to master the self all day long, every day. You and I have to do it. I don't care how much the matter of myself goes in or out. The spirit of who I am stays the same always. And nobody can move that. Nobody can get in here and touch it. You just can't do it. I won't allow it. That's why I don't, like I said on that other video, I don't take my phone in anywhere and say, somebody's on my phone. Can you... Every time I get on it, I don't care. I don't have anything to hide. That's what... When you really understand that spirit is such a beautiful place, that even in the midst of wickedness, that stuff can never touch you, no matter what they do to this. They'll never win. Because I've connected to source. There's a true source. That if you never find it, you're lost. You're going to a place of abyss. And that's the truth. Those are those people that are just on the inside, they're nasty on the inside. And sometimes they put a mask on, they don't want you to know that I'm just like you, and they're not. And people that understand the true spirit and can detect that, they don't like that. I'm not trying to go out and detect anybody, but I know right and wrong, and I know what's good and bad and happy or sad. It don't take a rocket scientist to be able to understand what that is. I just know the root of it, and addressing the root and uprooting wickedness. That should be something celebrated. Yes, let's do that. Yes, I want to be on your side. Let's do this. Let's get this out of the earth realm, because it's pure nastiness. Why wouldn't you want that in the earth? Why wouldn't you? That's just crazy stuff I was talking about. People that, nope, we're going to go after this person. That's crazy. That's literally craziness in the mind, in your psyche, that's already been locked somehow in a dark place. That unless you allow somebody to take a key that understands what's happening and unlocking it for you, you're going to never come out of that. When you cross over, you're literally going to be in those chains that I've been talking about. You're just there. The impression of who you were in this realm and the legacy that you leave behind like that. When people think about, oh, you remember so-and-so? Yeah, I remember so-and-so. They were... Do you really want to leave a legacy like that? Like, they were such a fucking hard ass that you couldn't do nothing. That's just the way they were. And do you really want people to remember you that way? Or do you want people to remember and go, man, I really enjoyed being around this person, or yeah, one time they were this way, but something happened and they become such a beautiful person, and learn how to change the energy of yourself and the earth and the world around you and I. Isn't that what you really want? Lay on your bed and go, I murdered so many people, yeah. And then you cross over and they go, we've been waiting on you. I mean, can you tell me what really exists? I know what exists in that other realm because of the things that I've experienced and what I have literally, I have an understanding. The light bulb goes on. When I say I see something, I'm seeing something that is impressed. You see naturally and you see spiritually. You have a thought. That's spirit. You're seeing something. Somebody's trying to explain something to you and they say, do you see what I'm talking about? Well, you're not literally seeing, but you're perceiving, and so that is seeing. People see all day long differently. That doesn't mean just because they're just not like you makes them right or wrong. Maybe you're the wrong one. And maybe you're not. What makes people right and correct is being a person of integrity and being able to go somewhere and make something right if something has gotten a little off. Not just, okay, well, we're going to organize this wickedness in the earth and continue it secretly. And that's demonic stuff from another realm controlling you, and you're giving way to it. You've just become one with demonic entities. And when you put it that way, that should either go, because it's the truth, either you're going to grow up, people, or you're lost. You're in the abyss already. I'm talking people who literally went ahead and twisted their mind up so tight. They don't know only the Creator can come and unravel it. Like what I saw in that vision when I was putting my clothes away. I was talking about how I literally heard him say, go to the root, to the root, to the root. 3. I'm in number 3. There was a root that had 3. I've talked about this on my channel. You know it. But it was all to set everybody free from this wickedness in the earth realm. So like I said, I was set up, and so were you, because the Creator had everybody he was like, okay, well, they think they're doing that, and this person thinks this, but I'm really doing all of this for their betterment, to unravel things in the mind and the soul, to take the keys off of the ring and giving you this key, or picking up the keys and saying, here, I've got all the keys to unravel it all for you, so you can go down the road and get to your next destination in peace and harmony, and getting out of that wickedness. You don't want him to take those keys and go, well, they just could not get it. Never coming out again, because that's nastiness and I don't want it. And now you become the abyss from a very voided place, and now the only profit that we get from you is learning not what to be. I don't want to be like that, because that ends up being something nasty and dark. So you just go on, bye-bye. Because that's exactly who you are in the earth realm when you act that way. Favor granted. Favor is granted positively and negatively. It's your choice. But the outcome of what's being granted has eternity attached to it in another dimension somewhere, positive or negative. Legacy. That's amazing to me that the word legacy comes out here. What are you leaving behind? How do your children, how do your parents, how do your family members, how do your co-workers, how does society really view who you are? What do you do in your alone time in secret? Don't you know that they're watching you also? They are. Don't sit there and think that, oh, I'm in the organization. They don't do that. Well, everybody's being watched. Everybody's being watched on a higher scale also. And that realm is real. I've proven it on my channel. I've proved it. And you can do nothing about that. And neither can I. Because the Creator's saying, I'm bringing you into a place of knowing things. What are you going to do with this knowledge that's the truth now? You're either going to get fixed, or you're going to get fixed. Only two ways. That's it. Your choice. But I choose to live in a place of understanding. You want to call that light? Call that light. I don't give a crap what you call it. I don't want to be in a place of darkness, and I don't want other people to be there either. So if you want to keep them there, then you'll find yourself there. And your legacy will be full of whatever you've chosen it to be for you. Generations have already come and gone. And we've got people who left beautiful legacy and people who left nasty stuff. Still being talked about today. What kind of leader are you? What do you want to be? This isn't where I wanted to go with this video, but I did. So it's about justice, cause and effect. You do this in the negative, this is what's going to happen to you. In the negative, I'm talking spiritual things. Spiritual things. I'm not talking about the ignorant that were kept ignorant on purpose and did something because like I proved and showed on this channel, I was tricked all my life. And how sorcery in that other dimension is so real, it will lead you into a path. But the Creator the whole time was saying, I'm protecting you, I'm protecting you. Even though it was meant for wicked, it was also turned around for something positive to come from it. And that's how beautiful the true creator really is, about his creation, not just this group of people or that organization or that. I love it all because it all came from one source. Anyway, people really need to sit down today and really decide what you want to be and how you want to show up in the earth realm. We ain't putting up with the wickedness anymore. I'm going to, if somebody says something to me, I immediately shoot back. I'm not putting up with it. I don't get no chains because I am not in a place of darkness. That's for the people who are in darkness. And so if you're in darkness and you use chains, well, chains is what you shall have. Cause and effect, justice. Everyone in your little community that have passed on are now in those chains, and they're still trying to influence you from that realm, and you just keep giving into it, and so therefore that's where you're going, into the abyss. You better get your psyche checked out within your own self, because you're the only one who can give way to positivity and come out of that wickedness. You're making the earth an ugly place. You really are. Anyway, I'll come on later again if I need to. Shalom. Escape with peace.